graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
He is a comic book nerd.
In brightest day and darkest night. We can learn a lot from comics.
She is a reality TV junkie.
No idea.
Snooki had her baby. A dollar makes me holla.
Chris likes sci-fi.
They do a brain transplant into this whole new body, but it's you.
Kristen likes celebrity gossip.
Breaking news.
Oh, more breaking
news?
news?
Official. Before it was just a rumor. These two, our pets, moved back in together.
What do they have in common?
Hello and welcome to Two Strangers One Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristen.
And apparently I got mail as soon as I was playing the intro. That's awesome.
Always
You've got mail. Remember how important that made you feel?
Yeah, I know, right? And then it's spam.
Keeping it bootleg with our recorder. So, let me see.
Keeping it bootleg.
Now that my computer's down, I'm actually taking notes on pieces of paper, which is...
Chris is learning to write again.
Yeah. Do you know what a cortadita is? Have you been watching?
God, I was going to say, why did I hear that? Yep.
That's,
the Cuban coffee.
The Cuban coffee.
Cuban coffee.
Now, do you know what cortadita means?
No.
Cortadita means little, short.
Okay.
Well, corto means short.
Short.
Like short pants.
Okay.
And cortadita, so that means
tiny.
Adding an ITA.
Tiny,
and even
tiny.
small. Because
I heard it's very strong.
Cuban coffee is very, very potent. And I haven't had a chance to watch any of the new episodes of Kim and Courtney Take Miami.
Now, do you think that was overplayed?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Because all of a sudden, because I was like falling asleep, like listening to it, trying to take a nap, and I'm like, okay, now suddenly she's on a moped looking for it. I was like,
yeah.
This is way.
And she happens to be in a place where the guy ate the face off, which is
right, that zombie place, and what do they keep calling it?
The face eater, the bath salts. They kept calling it the bath salt freeway. Or
is that what
like
they were called? Okay.
Or bath salt expressway.
Yeah, and it was like then she was like just like in a bus stop, and it was like, all right,
and then
like you're really in danger.
And they just leave the moped there.
Right. Oh yeah, she got picked up, and
yeah.
then that was it.
So
so she was loving that.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen.
Caffeine's a drug.
And if I don't know, then it turns out that Kim's allergic to Mercy.
Oh yeah.
And it's like there's one scene where like she finds out she's allergic and all that, and Chloe's saying like she needs to go to like a home where somebody can love her, and pet her. And they're all just, like, sitting on the couch, and literally, like, Mercy's on, like, whatever stool, and they're just kind of, like, looking at each other. It was so, like, what the so, like, sad, but it's like, but she's so cute, and they're just kind of staring, and it's like... Well.
And for those who don't watch, it's Mercy is the cat.
Mercy is the new
Kanye
It is
West
such
gave
a
her.
cute cat.
It's a beautiful little white... He probably paid $1 billion for that fucking thing.
So I'm sure... I don't know if she gave
Kim
it up or what's going on. I'm sure she did, because I feel like there would have been tweets or, like, photos of her and the cat nowadays.
Yeah.
And you don't see that anymore. Or if that episode even came out.
And actually, I have breaking news. I guess they flipped it. And now,
Kardashian girl?
Now they're going to have a girl.
Yeah. What was that about?
Before it was going to be a boy. Now it's going to be...
Yeah. What, did they do that on purpose? Are they confused?
I don't know. How could you not...
Did you have to get a second opinion?
Because my daughter, it was so funny when they were doing the sonogram for my daughter, her legs were crossed, and the angle that they were trying to get to see what the sex was, so they had to like jostle the belly so my daughter could like unshake her legs. And I'm like, good, please let her keep her legs crossed. Keep that habit when you grow up.
So now I guess it's official. It's a girl.
Now it's going to be a girl.
I don't know what happened. Why they thought it was a boy before?
Yeah.
Or if that was them playing a little prank. Who the hell knows?
Yeah.
Do you think this baby's going to have a sex tape?
Well, look, I can't. I'm not gonna bash the kid because I hate the parents. So I'm not. I know it's very easy to make a joke and stuff like that. And I'm sorry.
We got to come up with names now.
So I have
Kuwait.
My daughter Kuwaiti. And it's going to be something It's going to be something exotic. It's not going to be like.
March, they name it like Jen.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, I don't know. There's too many K's in that family, so I don't know. I think it's going to be...
I think they're going to stick with K, unless Kanye's like, no.
Yeah.
No. Not doing it.
So I've been... well...
What's the names you came up with?
Oh, no. Well, I know I had the names. I have them on the website. I have them on our Facebook page.
Did you...
So I went on the record. I can't... My notes are gone. I have to go back.
Kanye's back in the news for... I think it's attention. The usual attention. The other day, I don't know what the performance was. On stage, dissing the Grammys. I don't even know what he said, but diss the Grammys, dissing corporations. Mind you, Those are the ones who sponsor his concerts and all that. And then he said something which I think he did it on purpose to where people are like, could it be this or that? He says, I love you, Hove, as in Jay-Z.
Yeah, Hove.
But I'm not into that suit and tie. Now, Suit and Tie is the new song with Justin Timberlake that Jay-Z's on with him. So no, people aren't sure if he's dissing Justin Timberlake or if he's dissing the corporations against suit and ties.
Oh, God.
And that's it. That was a stupid rant how corporations could suck his wee-wee. And it's like, what?
Motherfucker, you are
I think it's just,
And, you know, he's like
I think
on
it's
the
just
forefront of, like, that preppy hip-hop, I guess would be the best way to put it. You know.
You're a loser.
So,
I'm sorry. You could sit there and diss corporations, but who's paying you?
Yeah.
Where are you getting your money from? So I think it was another, like, attention. I haven't been in the news lately.
Yeah, and trust me.
I haven't worn a skirt or a hood over my face. Bedazzled. So,
I mean, you know, I wonder if he's like, does he have like a sneaker line or anything like that? I mean,
I'm sure. I don't know for sure, but I'm sure. Sure, he's got like a skirt thing.
Where it's made by.
I think he has clothes, a clothing
line, which is made in probably some fucking sweatshop.
Yeah, and then a corporation sells it.
Oh, exactly. So you're biting the fucking hand that feeds.
Yeah, I think it's just his usual stupid rant.
And even though this is super duper late,
super duper,
the meteor that hit Russia, that was like 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah,
still, you know,
I saw the video. It's kind of weird.
Yeah,
kind of weird.
There's, you know,
nobody was killed.
Really?
Right? I think there were injuries.
It was like, I know there was like 700 injuries.
Yeah, I don't think anybody was killed. Not that I know of. I didn't see that. But yeah, there was a lot of injuries.
But doesn't that fucking
Aren't
we supposed to get a fucking early warning? Aren't we? Don't we have so many eyes on the sky?
Whoa! Supposedly there was was gonna miss, but they miscalculated it. Okay.
This is the one
time.
Where
were we sleeping? What? Like you woke up and were like, shit, we miscalculated. Too late. No warning at all. Like these people weren't evacuated from wherever the hell they were.
Because think about it. I mean,
you guys don't see that thing coming.
700 people. Now, mind you, it hit a pretty barren, empty spot of Russia.
Out of all the places, Russia.
Yeah, but imagine, like, you know, the world spins pretty fucking fast. That could have easily hit New York.
Sarah Palin's house. She probably saw the meteor.
Oh, I see. Oh, look at that fireworks in the sky.
Oh, look at that.
So I was just terrified. Like,
why weren't we prepared for that?
I always, you know, I guess movies have filled us with disinformation because...
like Armageddon, they knew where that thing was going to hit.
At the very least, we would get a warning...
Maybe Russia did, but
I don't know. Like,
the only thing I heard was like they thought it was gonna miss, so there was some miscalculation. But that's a pretty big,
I mean, it's just
miscalculation.
And, you know, when you really think of the bigger scheme of things, we're spinning through the freaking solar system
and
so
we're not
fast,
flat.
and we're the Earth is spinning.
We're
going into orbit. It could have so easily hit
anywhere else.
New York City. Yeah. I mean, of course, New York is a little 3 by 11 mile island. You know, hard to hit, but I mean, you know, what if it hit the Midwest? What if it hit Canada?
Like, what?
You know?
What else are we miscalculating?
Yeah, what the fuck?
I am not okay with people just saying I miscalculated. Let's brush this one off.
Yeah, but thousands of people.
Job.
I mean, hundreds. Not thousands of people died. Excuse me, hundreds of people were injured. But, you know, potentially, you know, and also, I mean, let's, you know, maybe movies, I'm too struck in the movies. What if this thing hit the ocean? Like, what kind
huge tidal wave
tsunami would have been made if it hit the ocean? I mean,
we've had enough flooding issues this year.
Shit is fucked up enough in Japan as it is.
Right.
Imagine if they got hit with a fucking tsunami again. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're talking about nuclear winter shit shooting up in the sky, blocking out the fucking sun because there's so much fucking debris in the air. Are you kidding me? So I thought, you know, I've watched so many movies.
We're going to have to get Mujige, our friend from NASA, on the phone. Find out what's going on here. Yeah. You know what? Maybe it's her fault. She was too busy promoting on a promotion tour for King of the Nerds. And it was her job to calculate it.
Yeah, actually, there was a website called Redheaded Mule that they asked her about the meteor, and to be honest with you, I forgot what the answer was. So, well, yeah, we gotta hit her up again and say, yo, what's up?
Let us know when something's going down.
I sent the tweet to Neil deGrasse Tyson, like, you know, I said, what if it hit the ocean? But he hasn't answered. I wish,
because he's probably like, I don't want to tell you and have other people be scared.
Yeah, he had made a tweet a while back saying that if the world was ever in danger, he wouldn't keep his mouth shut about it.
Okay.
But then again, look at this. This shit happens. Now that tweet was before the Russian meteor.
Okay.
So either he didn't know, You know what I'm saying?
I
don't know.
Why? I feel like this wasn't.
Aren't you guys supposed to be keeping your fucking eyes on the sky? Yeah. Like, am I gonna have to fucking go out at night?
Do I have to do it now?
And just check the sky to make sure shit ain't coming at us?
Everything's okay up there.
Because I just thought now. I always thought, and I hate to be like one of those conspiracy people or whatever, but, I always thought we had, like, lasers and shit. I thought,
to blow it up?
Like in the 80s, Ronald Reagan spent a lot of fucking money on a thing actually called the Star Wars program.
Yeah,
Which was meant to shoot down
like
missiles. It was meant to shoot down missiles that were coming from Russia.
Right. So that it wouldn't reach the destination.
Yeah, it would blow up in the air. It would damage will still get done, but not as bad as it hitting the ground. So I thought, shit, if we got lasers that can hit fucking missiles,
let it hit a rock.
Why can't we hit a rock?
Flying rock?
And if that's the case, now
there was a miscalculation.
Now, a part of me is saying, well, maybe the lasers are there and they're only there to protect the United States. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Maybe we
didn't contract it out.
Yeah, fuck the we were
to other
those
countries.
Lasers were put there against the Russians. So
we haven't contracted out our lasers.
Maybe we're Maybe those lasers are shooting so many things out of the sky on a regular basis that we don't know how many times our lives have been saved.
Like, yeah.
There's a thankless guy in NASA.
Lasers just always reminds me of Austin Powers.
Oh,
when they're like lasers. I like sharks or something. Whatever.
Sharks with lasers on their freaking heads. But
lasers.
I honestly thought we would at least get an early warning, and two,
I'm with you on this. I don't know.
I mean, maybe because I watched too many movies. I thought, I thought we would have a nuclear bomb or shoot something up in the sky to stop it.
I don't know who dropped the ball on this, but something tells me maybe they're not working there anymore. I don't know. I'm not sure, because it just seemed like too big of a scene.
Yeah, and what
like
if it hit
that
the
we
water?
Didn't know about.
What if it hit the water?
Like there was no warning.
Japan's already fucked up as it is when it comes to meltdowns and fucking the nuclear power plants with the, cracked and shit's leaking into the ground and radiation's gonna melt, literally melt down to the core of the fucking, what I'm saying? And this is what the fucking, there were dinosaurs here. If that first other meteor didn't come, the dinosaurs would still be running around. So we are on the fucking.
All I'm asking for is a warning. Yeah. Can I get a warning?
Yeah. I guess people probably would have fucking panicked and shit. It would have been like one of those movies.
Exactly, like just sprinting,
looting,
abandon everything, and just go.
And not to mention that Mujige studies life forms. Making sure that stuff that we send out there is safe, and make sure that stuff that up there that comes down to us is safe. What if there was microbes? What if this was the fucking zombie
like
apocalypse?
An anthrax thing?
What if this was the 2012 thing? Just a little.
That's it. It's a little delay.
The Mayans are fucking right, man.
They just had the date wrong, all right?
Yeah, they were off by a couple of weeks, which is not bad in the whole cosmic scheme of things.
Yeah, how many years ago they?
Yeah, and they had stone tablets and shit. So maybe they predicted that fucking meteorite, and we're over here laughing it off. They were only off by a couple of weeks.
I'm just asking for a warning. That's it. That's all I'm asking for. Give me a chance.
Like I said, I honestly, and seriously, if it hit the ocean, like, would it hit the ocean and just suck in, like, just fall in the water, or would it make a tidal wave? Would it,
like a big ass? What's it called? Like the wet mud. What's the wet mud called that you kind of sink in?
Oh, quicksand?
Yeah, quicksand. Yeah. Like suddenly we're all then being sunk.
Yeah, we're all under ash like fucking Pompeii and shit.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I mean, I'm just
not having it. NASA, step it up.
I always thought we'd be protected, and we're not. Apparently,
I want a press conference.
I guess apparently we are just helplessly floating around this ball that's shooting through space.
Everybody's just saying good luck.
Thousands. Yeah, exactly. Put your head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye.
Why don't you just give it a big kiss?
That's, so, I mean, not to scare people, but I'm fucking terrified of the meteor.
Speaking of Mujige, I don't know or King of the Nerds, I caught a clip of, did you see the Nerd Rap? I don't know if it was new this week.
It was new episode, and I missed it because
I turned it on right when Mujige's group went. It was good. It was actually good. I was like, wow, it's catchy, and like they each had like their own little rap about them, and like the chorus and their dance. Like, it was good. I was like, wow. Those nerds can rap, and then do you want me to give you a spoiler? I didn't see the other group.
Don't spoil.
I didn't see the other group.
I haven't had a chance to watch it.
But it was surprisingly, it was cool.
People posted it, and I haven't had a chance. Now, speaking of, and I'm kind of glad you went in that direction. there is a new thing sweeping the internet, and I've yet to click on any link. The Harlem Shake.
I saw that too, and I
have no idea. I haven't clicked on it.
Harlem Shake, and I was like, I don't want to
get sucked into it. I haven't clicked it. Usually,
I've seen that too, and I thought it was like, oh, so that's a new thing.
It's apparently everybody's fucking doing it. Now I have no idea. I'm apparently some sort of dance. I don't know if it's to a song. I don't know if it's a song. I have no idea what's going on.
Idea. I'm with
but
you on
I
that.
am
I didn't click
purposely not clicking on anything that says Harlem Shake
Harlem
on
Shake.
it. I don't want to get sucked into some other bullshit, because if I do it, I know
the nerds did a Harlem Shake, and I have no idea.
I'm going to get sucked into some fucking Harlem Shake nonsense. So, I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either because I haven't clicked on it.
I mean,
I've
seen 1,000 references to it.
Yeah.
And
I haven't surprisingly seen people on Facebook talk about it. Usually that's where you hear, somebody's kind of, the Harlem Shaked all night, or something. Yeah, I've only seen it on, like, YouTube, like, it come up or something like that.
People posted links where, like,
you got
I'm, like, I like that show Totally Biased with W. Kamau Bell. Mm. Like, he posted a link, like, here's our whole crew doing it. Saying, then, like, there's, like, apparently, like, every dance, or whatever, there's a bunch of fucking, junior high school girls doing it, saying, and then there's, here's a baby doing the Harlem Shake.
Yeah, that's what I came up with mine, like, baby doing the Harlem Shake. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
And I have not clicked on it. For someone who tries to make myself
stay with the
hip
dance
to what's going on the internet, I am purposely
not doing it.
I am purposely, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm on strike. I'm not clicking on any link. Embargo, or not embargo. What's the word you're looking for when you protesting or whatever? I refuse.
You're Rosa Parksing it.
I refuse to click on any button that says the Harlem Shake.
Harlem Shake.
I don't know what it is. I don't want to know what it is. It's just...
I think there's only two. Back to King of the Nerds. It's not even with Harlem Shake. I think they said like 2 more episodes left.
Oh yeah, let me see. Because
they're like,
there's like 6.
There's like one more episode before the finale, and I heard one more. I was like, it's already the finale, and then like, before the finale.
Yeah.
So like, you guys just say 2 more episodes.
Oh, I hate that. Yeah.
Because I heard one more, and I was like, they're already ending. So I think there's 2 more. And you gotta catch up, Chris, and the Nerd Rap.
Like, not King of the Nerds, because I actually like King of the Nerds, but like,
the other
watch shows and it's like, and when we come back, and they show like clips of like when the show comes back, but then like when they come back, before the break, and they keep, like, they literally, it's this weird, fucked up, it's bad, it's cheap enough as it is, reality TV. Then they edit it where they tease before the commercial,
right.
They recap after the commercial.
So much time and that, like,
is
so
wasted.
much wasted. It's like,
and it's.
I know what happened before it. I've been watching.
Yeah, so it's like these people are maniacal geniuses when it comes to. Because people buy into it. People buy right the fuck into it. And then, then as soon as it's over, next week on whatever the show is.
That's like a 2-minute preview.
Yeah, and then, previously on.
Yeah, previously is another 2 minutes.
It's these fucking people, man.
Now, my favorite show on Oxygen, which is a nice show you might like now that you're into Lifetime, is Bad Girls Club.
Oh, God, no, I can't.
Oh, it is.
I've seen clips, and actually...
It's ridiculous.
When I was still married, my ex-wife used to watch it.
Yeah, it's the most ridiculous thing. Addicted.
Uh-huh.
Terrible addiction. It's terrible. But they're one for previously on Bad Girls Club. And literally, you don't have to see any of the other episodes. You'll be caught up, because they recap that much. And it's like, okay, I didn't even have to watch all these to know that these two hate each other. But yeah, it's like a good 5-minute intro. It's like...
Because I know they had... watching E, I watched The Soup, and they had one recently from the Bad Girls Club where one girl ate the other girl's Pop-Tart.
Yeah,
and it was
her
like
Hot Pocket.
Hot Pocket, excuse me, yeah.
And they were in a fight. She's like, why'd you eat my Hot Pocket? She's like, I had a bite. And there's thousands more in the freezer.
Yeah.
And like, literally, this girl got so mad. And because at first
I understand the principle.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on. Like, and then my friend was watching, she's like, she took a bite of her Hot Pocket. And I was just, for some reason, I thought it was hysterical just because it's a Hot Pocket. Like, of course you girls are eating Hot Pockets. And then the girl's like, fine, like, I'll make you another one. And like, did. And like, the girl still wasn't satisfied and ended up like hitting her. Then it ended up being a fight. It's like, this is over a Hot Pocket. That's what was so great.
Well, actually, it's not about the Hot Pocket.
Right.
It's the principle.
It's the principle. Now, that's exactly it. What the girl kept yelling. Would you eat my pasta fight. I was just like, well, I would take a bite if I...
Because, those girls have principles.
Yeah. But it was so ridiculous. I could not stop laughing, though, because I'm like, it's a hot... And those are probably all in the freezer. That they stock up on all that frozen shit.
Probably fucking product placement, also.
Yeah, because the girl's like, there's thousands more in there. I'll make one. And she did. And the girl still wasn't satisfied.
Bad Girls Club, brought to you by Hot Pockets.
Right, brought to you by Hot Pockets. And the one girl's just like in... Then the one who ended up making it and she didn't want it was, I am too, I think it's out there.
Oh, it's okay.
That was in, the confessional, just like, it's good. I'm like, we're all just eating Hot Pockets. That and freaking, I say ramen noodles. Some people say ramen noodles. Ramen noodles. Those two must breaking the money with that show.
Yeah. Well,
they're always eating.
In jail, they call it crackhead soup.
Yeah.
Ramen noodles. And let me tell you, when I worked in the jails, people used to do all types of... They would hold on to the packets, the seasoning packets. You would crumple up cheese doodles and put it with your ramen noodles. If you went to breakfast and got sausages, you would sneak the sausages back to the unit and put the sausages in there. So you'd have the commissary cheese, which was like welfare cheese. The ramen noodles. The crumpled up cheese and the cheese doodles and the sausages, and you would cook it inside. You took the packet of a bag of potato chips, which is that aluminum on the inside. And you could do a weird thing where you could kind of cook it because that bag kind of lets you heat up stuff inside of it. Yeah. And you cook it up, and it was a thing. They called it cheese, and it was So
people get creative in time of need.
The ramen noodles, the crackhead soups.
I was like the dark one's the beef.
Yeah.
Like the light one's the chicken.
And
there's another one. What's the other one?
Well, there's like green and red and shit.
The dark one's the beef.
Yeah. There's spicy.
Yeah, the spicy one, like teriyaki. Is it teriyaki?
Yeah, there's teriyaki.
Yeah,
there's a whole bunch of colors, but it's you get a fucking carton for like $3. You know what I'm saying?
Bad Girls Club, they're stocked. And I feel like there's like mac and cheese, like always being thrown around.
Because that stuff will never fucking spoil.
Right.
It can't spoil. There's nothing to spoil, Crackhead Susie.
Oh, Lord.
Now, let me ask you something.
Ask me, Chris.
No, okay. You're going on a date with a guy or whatever,
or whatever.
Like, okay,
no, I'm going on a date with. No,
but I'm saying it's a guy. It's a guy you're new dating or whatever.
Okay,
now,
so I don't really know him.
You don't know him now. Now if you go, I guess everybody does this. You ever go into you go into someone else's house and you check out their medicine chest or anything like that? Do you ever do that, or just because I'm a kid?
I would.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't really been on a date like that, like with somebody who I didn't know. Yeah, I totally would.
Okay.
Why the hell not?
So you go into a guy's bathroom and he has like the big fucking industrial box of tampons. But I mean like
okay. Yeah, that's a red flag.
That's a giant red flag.
Why the hell do you have this?
Yeah. So that
what he knows is?
No, but maybe it belongs to his ex-girlfriend who he doesn't see anymore.
I know, exactly. Why do you have this?
So you would... Maybe not on the first date, but you would question.
Oh, eventually, yeah. I don't know if it would have to be how comfortable I am with him at that point, for it to be on the first date. But definitely along the line, I'd be like, what's with this? What's going on with this huge box of tampons?
Yeah, if you were dating and things were going good, then
I'd be like, about this.
If it's not gone by now,
right?
And also understand that guys are just fucking. A guy would forget something like that.
They'd be like, well, it was fine. I know.
What if you wanted to hold on to it?
Yeah, then I'd be like,
what if you ever wanted to need it? What if you ever needed it?
I'll bring my own. I got my own.
And okay, it's been my experience, and you don't have to answer.
Tampa?
You don't have to answer this question. It's my experience that white girls tend to go for tampons. Black girls and Hispanic girls tend to go for pads. I don't want to ask your business.
Tampon.
Okay.
It's just more comfortable.
It's a weird kind of cultural thing, and I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't know that on the other end. I only really know my.
I could be wrong, you know what I'm saying? But I've noticed white girls tend to like tampons, and
I just think that it's just a better. Yeah, a pad feels more, which is gross to say, like a diaper.
Yeah.
Like you feel it. You're like, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just one of those things where it's one of those things I just noticed. And it's,
pads everywhere.
Pads, you know what I'm saying? Women, white girls, or white women, excuse me.
White women.
Tend to have tampons, and black and Spanish girls tend to have pads. It's just...
There's room for both.
Yeah. I mean, whatever's clever. Shit. I have the word sock line on my fucking...
What the hell does that mean?
I have no idea what sock line means. Sock line means... See, this is what happens when I take paper notes.
Yeah,
I have no
just
idea what
sock line.
Yeah. Let me see. Fergie's pregnant.
Oh, yes, that's right. About
Her
time.
baby, her humps. Oh boy,
That's gonna be.
She
a
got big
gorgeous
titties
baby.
as it is.
Yeah.
No, she's not. It's not gonna be. Well, no. Well, she's busted. I don't know.
Yeah.
She's a butterface.
She's a butterface, so it's gonna have. I hope it's a boy, and then it looks like him.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be nice.
I know, that's a weird.
I like that.
It'll probably because she's. I don't know. I mean, she's
Or
not
if it's
that
a girl,
great
it's gonna
looking.
have a hot body. And that's
She's
all
not
it
that great
needs.
looking, but she has lived a rough life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like that could be part of it.
Those drugs take away your fucking beauty and looks real fast.
I think Josh Duhamel's movie did well at the box office. Safe Haven.
Wow, this is
It's like the Nicholas Sparks movie, Notebook type movie
Oh, okay.
with Julian Huff. Come on, they've been promoting it.
Yeah, I'm not totally vaginated.
For somebody who is into the Lifetime, you should be up on this.
Yeah, I see.
I think it's
I'm
been
holding
doing
on
well
to some
at
sort of my manhood.
I think it's been doing well at the box office. So congratulations on your movie and congrats on your baby.
Yeah,
and your great looks.
Coming from a nerd point of view, Josh Duhamel always to me instantly clicks into Transformers. Because
Right,
he was in all
that's
the
true.
Transformers movies, and I think he's going to be in part 4. I think.
I don't know.
Because they're filming it now, if
Right
I'm
now?
not mistaken. Michael Bay, either they're filming it or they're about to start filming it. But I'm pretty sure he's going to be in it because him and Tyrese were like in the first 3.
Yeah.
And they're also, even though it's not going to be. But get this, they may bring back what's her face,
Fox?
Megan Fox.
I heard that their dispute is over. It's squashed.
Because she can't fucking work.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, well, she just had a baby.
Well, no, but I'm saying is,
Yeah,
she
lost
wasn't
some-
in part 3 because she was
Right.
beefing
She
with.
lost some work there.
Yeah, saying
Some
Michael
major
Bay's.
moves. Yeah, I heard that's squashed, which is.
Yeah, I'd squash it fucking too. I
Do
wouldn't
we know
have
what
had
the
a problem.
beef was?
She thought she was a bigger star than.
Is that
she
what it was? Okay. Because I just knew like they had the issue, and now that I think about it, I never knew what it was.
And Michael Bay basically said, "I made you, and
Which,
I can
okay.
break you.
Yeah.
I put you in this world. I can
Yeah.
take you out." And he took her out. And,
What a parent.
She did. What she did? Jennifer's Body.
Yeah. There's this horrible movie with Lindsay Lohan and her. Like, it was...
Megan Fox and Lindsay Lohan?
Yeah, like, it's bad. Now I think it's like Confessions of a Teenage Mind or something, Teenage Dream. I don't know. It's something like Confessions of something.
I gotta see
and they're
this
in high
movie.
school. It's terrible. But I was
see it.
watching it because it was like you go into bed and it was just on late on TBS or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, is that Megan Fox? Like, they're both just younger. It was before Mean Girls. And I was like, this is awful.
Oh, okay. So
it's an awful movie.
Oh, I gotta see it though. I mean,
But, oh yeah, because then I'm like, that's totally her. Like, she played like the bitchy girl.
yeah.
you
Because
know.
Jennifer's Body, she was. Did you see that one?
No,
Jennifer-
it was...
It's this girl who goes into a van with this rock. Like there's a rock group, and she gets into the van being like groupie, and
Sounds like something she'd do.
the guys turn out to be like Satan worshippers, and they sacrifice her to the devil.
Poor girl.
But then apparently when they sacrifice her, the demon goes into her body, and then
Typical.
she seduces.
Isn't she all crazy?
And then she
Amanda
seduces.
Seyfried's in it? Is that the one Amanda Seyfried's in?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like this...
Yeah. I hate her. Just looking at her face, I just hate her. But and she was on stage during Oscars, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, she's in Les Mis. Don't worry.
So the point she and of course, what's her name? Amanda
Seyfried, I think is
Seyfried,
the
or
right
whatever
way
her name
to
is.
say it.
She's the nerdy one. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And Megan Fox is Jennifer, her friend. And
Her friend Jen.
she seduces guys, and then as soon as like they're about to fuck, she eats them. And apparently, when she eats them, she gets like when she goes a couple days without eating, she looks all pale and her hair's all ratty. And then when she
girl,
eats
when
the
she
guys,
eats.
then she gets all sexy again.
All sexy again.
But what does that have to do with the Satan sacrifice?
Yeah,
It's a whole.
Is it a remake?
I don't think so.
Oh yeah, I might have made that up.
But it's a.
I feel like it was one of those bad remakes, but
it's a horrible.
It's just a
movie.
bad movie in general.
It's a horrible movie.
Yeah,
but it's,
so I guess she probably was like, I gotta make up with Michael Bay, and we're gonna talk.
I like Jennifer's Body. I kind of.
Oh, so you like the bad movie?
Yeah, no, I liked it. I just didn't, they could have
Just
come
didn't
up with a better
really get
idea
it,
with, and then like apparently like right before she fucks, like she gives off like pheromones, and you see all these animals come around because like she's like
Animalistic, I
yeah,
guess.
like since she's so horny, but she's horny, but she doesn't
But
fuck
she's
the
hungry.
guy. She
But she's
eats
hungry.
them before she fucks them. It's a
That
crazy.
bath salt zombie shit.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a horrible
That's what that
movie,
is.
but I enjoyed watching it. So
one
I'll
of
be
those
more.
bad
I have
movies.
to see
Guilty
Lindsay
pleasure.
Lohan.
Oh, man, it's
and
terrible.
Megan Fox and all that.
It's terrible. Did you see that NASCAR accident?
No,
I think it was Saturday was the big NASCAR, whatever they call it. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it was, whatever tournament.
It was it the Daytona 500?
I have no idea.
I think it might have been the Daytona 500. Shows you.
So
sorry for our NASCAR.
I'm trying to think if anybody died. But I know, like, over 30 were injured.
I don't think so. I mean, because they were talking about it on. I remember seeing like the preview for the news, but I don't know. But
it was like the only thing I saw, and I'm sure there's so much better videos out there. The only one I saw was like some guy just holding his personal thing, and he was just sitting there, and then. So I didn't get to see when like the car flipped. Like he had his phone out, and he's recording.
Oh, okay.
And then suddenly, like, I guess a car, I don't know exactly what happened, but somehow, like, a wheel or something went into the crowd, and, like, you just see, like, people just nail it. People are like, emergency! And it's like, so, like, 30 people were injured. I was like, that's so scary. Like, it went through the tires and car parts.
People, that's what they're there to see. No one cares about.
But what is it? Like, all that's protecting them was, like, this fence. I'm like, no shit, a car going that fast, if it flips, it's
about
going
200
through
miles an hour, 100-something miles an hour.
So, I don't know, I don't have all the details on what happened, how it flipped, or how it came apart. But yeah, like, you just look next to the guy and there's, like, a tire. Like, I'm like, I didn't even see that thing fly there, and suddenly it's there.
People, and they live for that shit. I mean, it's like, I don't think people want to get hurt, but
people live for that.
But people, I don't think you're really going to go to watch rednecks driving a circle.
Right.
And I'm totally still in that line from George Carlin. It's first we're going to make a left, then we're going to make another left, and then we're going to go to the left, and then we're going to go to the left. No, but
so I wonder if they'll even have a lawsuit against that. If you could even sue. Maybe
probably.
for, like, medical...
I mean, because NASCAR makes so much fucking money.
Yeah, for, like, medical bills or whatever.
Yeah.
Because they could also argue, like, that shit's going to happen.
Well, they probably have incredible insurance for all the money that's in it.
I would hope.
Now, that being said, I mean, I'm going to, I know I'm the city boy, kind of guy. I'm not into NASCAR, but fucking HBO, man, their documentaries are so good. They, the HBO has those, like, sports documentaries. Yeah. And it was part of the series. I believe it might have been called 24. I'm pretty sure it was called 24/7, and it was one of the guys that, like, that's a race car driver, and they're following him around, and fucking HBO. Those guys know how to make documentaries, because I don't give a shit about NASCAR, but I got caught up in the show where, like, and there's so much money into it, and there's corporate sponsors,
huge sport.
And the guy, driving is almost like the third thing that he has to worry about. Yeah. He has to worry more about keeping the sponsors happy, keeping his whole team together. Because it was the documentary made it so interesting. And it was a series. It wasn't just one show. It was like and I forgot it. To be honest, it shows you what the impact it made. I don't even remember the guy's name, but fucking meetings, and then that sucks because you got to go and take meetings with these corporate assholes.
Right, you're like, I just want to get in the car.
It says Tide on it and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they're fighting over how much space you should have on the hood.
Right. I'd be so.
But they got it all down to a science.
I was gonna say I'd be so, like, in those meetings. I'd be like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Like,
hire somebody to do that.
Yeah, like, you guys have whatever space. I'm not into this part.
And
that would be so annoying to me.
Big money.
Oh, it's a huge sport.
If you want the hood, that's 3x3, and that's $150,000.
Right, it's ridiculous.
And but if you want this little 3-inch square, it's like But then again, I mean, shit. Was this guy Dale Earnhardt Jr. Mm-hmm. His big thing was Budweiser, but he's not with Budweiser. I think it was it Dale Earnhardt? Because there's a commercial now for 7-Up, and the guy's like, he goes, I'll let you get my car if you give me the last diet. I think it's diet, not 7, excuse me, Mountain Dew.
I haven't seen a 7-Up
I think it's
Mountain Dew.
Diet Mountain Dew. I think it's a commercial, and he basically like, I'll give you my race car if you give me the last Diet Dew, and. But even though he's in the commercial and it's for Diet Dew, he has Tide on his chest. So it's like, even though you're advertising Dew, there's
like multi-advertising.
Goodyear and whatever, Motor Oil and Tide and, like, that's all part of the package.
I'd like to see, like, somebody with, like, Viagra.
There's a
Viagra
car. I think there's even a Cialis car.
How shitty would that be? I'm just driving in my Viagra car.
Yeah, and the fucking checks don't bounce. Oh, yeah. You got to walk around.
Obviously, you don't care.
You got to be the Cialis
guy. But it's like,
guy.
I'm the one in the Viagra car. Did you see me out there? That was me.
Well,
or like the adult diaper car. That was me.
They goofed on that on South Park. It was the douche. Monisol?
No.
There's a
a douche brand.
A douche brand, but it's like the real. It's the real.
I don't know the douche.
Okay. It's
Monistat.
Monistat.
Monastat's not a douche. That's
Maybe no. It's
like
it's for the
infection.
It's for the douche. It's for the douche. And Cartman drives the car. It's the real brand, and I know it begins with an M, and I'm kicking myself for not remembering it. But and then what happens is they show the corporate guy who's behind it, and then and he goes, I built this product from the ground up, and my wife is my great big inspiration. And all this shit. So, he's talking about her well and nice. Yeah. But you realize that he's saying because her fucking pussy stinks.
Disgusting. It needs to be douche.
That's that she's his big inspiration. So it's so fun, and she's just sitting there all uncomfortable. So.
Yeah, right. Like a nice Monistat car, like that's for yeast infections.
Oh yeah.
And stuff.
But I guess
obviously people don't care for that money. Like the guys are driving around a Viagra car.
But like I said, they got it down to a science. Where they say if you want this little 3-inch section of the car, it's going to cost you $75,000.
So ridiculous.
You know what I'm saying? It's like ridiculous. But
all right,
but
if
they
we
get a new
enough
car.
Money, we're gonna have
Two Strangers One podcast on. Shit. Two Strangers One podcast car.
Or we just show up with our car, like just $50. We're like, yeah, I paid a lot for this. Yeah, yeah.
The click in your car.
I'll paint it, like hand painted. It looks so bad. Puffy paint and stuff.
The Michaels.
Yeah, it costs a lot. Yeah, Michaels.
Peeling off as you're driving.
Okay, MC Hammer. Haven't heard that name in years.
I think I heard this story.
He's arrested.
He was arrested, and he said that the cop...
He's claiming racial profiling.
Profiling.
Could happen. Yeah, but I don't understand what... All that's coming out of the story that I read is that I think he was just sitting in his car.
He was just sitting in a car, and
he came up and tapped on his window and was like, "You on parole or probation?"
Yeah, the cop. That was the first question, according to what I've heard.
Yeah,
that was the
that's
first
all I've
question
heard on it.
Out of the cop's mouth, and then I believe. It was something to the effect. Now I could be wrong. That the cop wanted him to get out of the car, and he
didn't get out.
And him having his rights,
he didn't
feel like he needed to get out. And the cop tried to pull him out of the car, but this particular cop was a fucking donut eater. He said, and I think that was MC Hammer's words. Like he was.
He tweeted something, and it was like this fat Elvis pudgy looking officer, like something out of shape.
He said something he said something to the fact that he's marathon donut eater or some shit like that, and I think he even said that, and so the cop got real bent out of shape because he made a fat joke about the cop who was fat apparently, and it turned into this big thing, and MC Hammer's claiming racial.
Because was even a ticket distributed? What was he bothering for? So MC Hammer might have a case on this.
Yeah, DWB, driving while black.
That's right. Because no ticket was issued, and you know what I'm saying? Nothing was going on.
So that
it really just sounds like an instigation by the cop.
Yeah, and it's just I've dealing with cops, and I have a family. I have family that are cops, and friends that are cops, but a lot of cops are fucking. I've dealt with a lot of fucking assholes.
Some people get a little power, and it's that's it. Little power, they're the king.
I'm not the fucking bad guy here. I could point you to 10 fucking bad guys. You know what I'm saying?
And some cops, I've seen a few. This one woman, the world's biggest ass, white woman, world's biggest ass I've ever seen. How are you a cop? If shit goes down, you're telling me I'm counting on you to run after somebody. You're not. You better have a good shot because. I'm supposed to be relying on you, and I think I could do a better job right now.
Once you get the job, they can't discriminate against you. You know what I'm saying? You just have to make it through the academy, and then you can blow up to be 500 pounds.
What the hell? Where are we going from here? I'm supposed to feel safe, and some are just Army, you can tell.
Oh, yeah,
they're the Marines or whatever.
Jarheads. And I guess,
jarhead
isn't an insult, but you get those assholes that are I'm sorry, give me a second. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
And now, a word from our sponsor.
Hello, listeners. This is Chris from Two Strangers One Podcast, but I'd like to announce that we are now part of Livin' Lane Podcast Entertainment. Check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/Livin' Lane Podcast Entertainment. LIVINLAME Podcast Entertainment. Along with Two Strangers One Podcast, there are a bunch of brand new shows to choose from. There's The Breakdown with Filthy Phil, Shane O'Mac, and Cord bringing you the latest news in the music world. Join Joe and Carrie Fox in the Fox Den for your fix of astrology, numerology, and nature. Get your movie and television news with the Real Chat podcast. And the big daddy that started it all, Living Lane. So check out the Facebook for information on new episodes and updates at www.facebook.com/Living Lane Podcast Entertainment. Click and Hit, enhancing the experience for all recreational smokers. Click and Hit is a one-handed portable vaporizer. This smoking pipe has a compact 4-stage design, complete with a built-in, windproof, butane refillable torch lighter. The large burn chamber holds your stash of legal herb or pipe tobacco. Click the button to ignite and inhale as usual. When you are done, put it back in your pocket for later. Smoke anytime with the touch of a button. No more carrying around grinders and tins. Leave the pipe, rolling papers, and even your lighter at home. The Click and Hit cordless vaporizer is no bigger than a normal cigar, making it the world's smallest and most discreet vaporizer. It's perfect for use in small places or shared rooms. It's efficient, getting 5 to 8 draws from your packed chamber. It's affordable at just $19.95 each. Buy 3 and the shipping is free. Buy 4 and you get the 5th one free. Visit www.click-hit.com. That's clickandhit.com. And now for listeners of Two Strangers, One Podcast, you can use promo code STRANGERS and receive 10% off your purchase at clickandhit.com. That's promo code STRANGERS for 10% off your purchase.
We now return to Two Strangers, One Podcast.
Ooh. And we're back. I always tend to get... I always, for some reason, I always get the fucking jarheads. I always get the guys who are like, you know, they're taking the job way too fucking seriously. And I guess, I mean, you do grow callous, you do grow, unfortunately, everything turns into one big blob. Everything, you know, when you're a cop, everyone you deal with is such a piece of shit that when you're dealing with someone that's not a piece of shit, you automatically treat them like a piece of shit because you're just used to...
You get desensitized.
Yeah. And so...
you do.
I always get the guy, you know, with the fucking high and tight haircut, you know what I'm saying? And the fucking... The big arms that the fucking barely could hold his sleeve, like his arms barely got through his sleeves, and, you know, making a big fucking deal, and it's like... You know, go bother, you know. Yeah, I'm a minority. Go bother some other minority. Leave me alone.
You're doing all right. How are you?
Yeah, I always get the guys that got like something to fucking...
Man, it's the end of the month. There's a lot of... I've just been driving on the roads. There's a lot of people getting pulled over. So be careful. Yeah. Everyone who's out there driving.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Because I've just seen all the state troopers. I'm like, oh.
And there is, not for nothing, there is, my brother obviously would never admit to it, but, you know, I have friends that are NYPD cops, and there is a quota. There's, you know, there's no official quota,
right?
But if your numbers are low, your supervisor will come down on your ass to get...
It's like a minimum. Silent quota.
Yeah,
call
exactly.
It that. It's not in writing.
Yeah, it's implied. It's an implied quota which these cops have. And then, you know, there is pissing contests between cops, everyone, you know, with each other and shit like that. So it's not... I
don't know if I'd want to be a cop. I just feel like too much ego going around.
Yeah,
and I can't stand
too many
that.
alpha males.
Just with in EMS, there's already egos for people who are like paramedics. It's like, all right, dude. Yeah. Like, I get your job and I don't mind helping you and all that, but some people, mind you, there's some that are great people. But some, I'm like, put the ego aside for a moment here. Like, relax. All right, and I can only imagine what it's like in the academy or being a police officer. Like, I would be so fed up. I'd be like, all right.
Too many alpha males. You can't have that many alpha males in one place because, you know, it's
set your ego down.
Pissing contest.
Everything's going to be all right. We're going to get through this.
You know,
and shut your mouth.
And all the push-ups in the world don't teach you fucking, you know, interpersonal skills.
Right.
You know, being a correction officer for 10 years, and I'm obviously not the greatest in shape person, but, you know, a lot, you know, they call it interpersonal communication. It's all about talking to someone because you can you could be
the most fit person, but if you have no social skills,
you can de-escalate a situation by just talking to somebody. You know what I'm saying? And I
totally agree with that. You can, or you can find out what's even going on.
Yeah,
like instead of assuming and.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. We do need our ass kickers. You know what I'm saying? You do
for that reason.
You know, the cops. You know, you do need those dogs. You know, that you let them off the
leash.
You know what I'm saying? Like
the Rottweilers.
Cops that
they come in, they do everybody's pinned. We're good.
Yeah, there's a place for those asshole. But you know, when you come right into a situation straight up already in asshole mode, then there's a fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot can be said. And like I said, I was a correction officer for 10 years. and a lot can be said about interpersonal communication. You can decelerate a fucking situation very easily by just talking to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Every fucking shooter and all the crazy shootings, probably wouldn't have taken if someone just spoke to the fucking guy before all the shit happened.
Give him a hug.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you just gotta fucking listen, And Marilyn Manson had a great line about that when it was in that documentary Bowling to Exhale.
Bowling to Exhale.
What the fuck am I? Waiting to Exhale?
Waiting to exhale.
Waiting to exhale.
This is turning
Bowling for
officially
Columbine.
into a vagina.
My cock is sucking into my body right now, and I'm.
Why don't you just turn on Lifetime and call it a day?
I'm gonna need those tampons, Mike.
Right. What was this? Marilyn Manson's Bowling for Columbine.
Bowling for Columbine. And of course, I know a lot of people are probably gonna, Michael Moore. And yeah, okay, I understand that Michael Moore is extreme left. Center. But, he was interviewing...
Ago, I barely remember it.
Yeah, I enjoyed the documentary. I understand, and trust me, I know the big, huge logic holes that are in his argument. But, he's talking to Marilyn Manson about the Columbine shooting, and he said...
I don't remember Marilyn... See, I saw it so long ago, I barely remember.
Yeah, Marilyn Manson...
I was going to say, I don't remember him being on it.
It's like a little 5-minute... Not even a 5-minute segment. And he goes, what would you tell the kids, And then Marilyn Manson says, I wouldn't tell them anything. I would listen. You know what I'm saying? And that's all it is. Some people just want to be fucking heard. Some people just want to be, just give me a fucking hug. Just give me something, a lot of shit can be de-escalated. It's not always about fucking, who's got the biggest fucking muscles. You got 16 shots in your fucking gun. You know what I'm saying? You can just de-escalate a lot of shit. Just through fucking interpersonal communication. I'm sorry.
Everybody give somebody a hug today.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Okay, well, here's... Okay. Oh, this is hilarious. Did you see the commercial last night for the other celebrity diving show?
No, but I heard... Wait, there's another one?
There's another... Okay, the original one that I mentioned a while back...
Didn't they change the name of it?
It was called Celebrities in Danger High Dive.
Right.
And it was the girl with one arm and JWoww and two of the Real Housewives.
Richard sisters.
Now there's another one on ABC called Splash.
Oh, I thought that they... Okay, what I read is that they were just changing the name. So it's on a whole different network.
If I'm not mistaken, because I'm sure...
Because I heard that they were changing that name from that to
I thought
Splash.
Stars in Danger was Fox, and I think Splash is ABC.
Yeah, so now it's just... Because I heard that they were changing the name of it to Splash, but now if it's a different network, that's something different.
Maybe I could be wrong. Because
I think that other one was Fox.
Yeah.
So if it's a different network, then it's just like a different show.
Yeah, and it was... Okay.
I heard Louis Anderson.
Louis Anderson.
Like, what? Like, somebody, put that on their Facebook, and I go, what the hell?
Now,
I might have to tune in.
Now, of course, it's all quote-unquote celebrities, but they have Greg Louganis, Olympic diver.
There you go.
He was HIV positive, if I'm not mistaken, homosexual, but he was, living in the closet.
Yeah. I think he was the one that hit his head.
Yeah, he hit his head. That fucking... That footage is brutal. And I forgot the name of the other guy, but both of them are Olympic divers. But then they have the celebrities.
Louis.
Okay, and I forgot the other celebrities. That. Okay, from Chelsea Handler, Chewy.
Oh yes, I did hear that.
Chewy's gonna be
Chewy, who is just a short nugget, as she calls him.
He's 4'10".
How can he even dive?
He's gonna fall. And they said it's a 25-foot drop, if I'm not mistaken.
Louis is gonna do a belly flop. All the water is gonna go out. Chewy is just gonna belly flop, and there's gonna be just a snack.
Because I think there's something. I think there's something wrong with his legs. Seriously, like a genetic thing. And so he can't even bend his knees. If I'm not mistaken.
It's almost like they're bow-legged, but I think there's something.
Yeah,
there's a real term.
I think.
But that's what it kind of looks like.
I think his situation was that they operated on his legs, and now after the operation, he can't work his knees. If I'm not mistaken, something to that effect.
Yeah. So his
or he doesn't have full range of motion, or something like that.
And because he's usually in a scooter on the show, when he just to get around, it's just kind of like his scooter.
So he has to fall in the water. So you got 20 feet to get yourself lined up.
It's like little and big, but they're the same person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One's just taller.
Yeah.
Same body type.
Is, and it just...
Are they going to go with their shirt off, or are they going to give him one of those...
Well, no, they showed... Chewy was wearing one of those old 1920s...
Yeah, because I've seen him in one of those before on the show, just for whatever reason. So that's what I figured. I could see him in that. Now, what about
Louis Anderson? They showed Louis Anderson like not even chest up, but he looked like he was wearing a shirt. They did have one very attractive woman there with a bikini on. Louis Anderson.
Well, they gotta have that at least.
Greg Louganis and the other guy wearing their little Speedos.
What if Louis Anderson was in Speedos?
Those are the only like 4 or so I could think off the top of my head. But yeah, so now it's called Splash.
What night is that on? Do we know?
I don't know.
Well, I know the clip's going to be all over the internet.
Oh yeah.
I don't have to worry about catching it live, but
yeah.
That's like that. You got my attention.
Yeah.
You got my attention.
Chewie and Louis.
Chewie and Louis. Oh my god!
Coming to on Chewie and Louis.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So there's Splash.
So I hope they make it. Hope they make it through. And is it just like there's no competition? It's just like doing it, right? Like you do the dive and you get.
I think it's a competition because
like whoever dives better.
They train you because I think that's what Greg Louganis and the other guy are. I think
so
they
you get
train
and
the
then
people.
You get scored.
Because you have to get trained right. 20, 30 feet hitting the water.
Oh yeah, there's no way I could just jump up there and do it. I'd be like, plug my nose in my hand and do a cannonball or something. And then do they advance on, or is it just like they win?
I think it's I think it's a one-time. I think it's a one-time competition.
How many times can Louis do it?
Yeah, how many times? I mean, fucking diving 30 feet, 20 feet, and that's it.
Oh god!
But it was
less America.
And coincidentally, speaking of diving, whatever, my friend had sent me. We were talking about Coneheads.
That movie was on the other day.
It was on Comedy Central the other day.
I saw the end of it.
And the daughter is a diver in the movie.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right.
And
there's no splash.
Ellen DeGeneres is the diving coach.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, and it's so weird to see this hot girl in a bikini. And Ellen DeGeneres has her hands on her shoulders and stuff like that. Knowing what we know now.
Right. Now, have you ever seen Van Wilder?
Oh yeah, of course.
The one scene. This is how I feel Louis Anderson's going to be. Mm-hmm. The scene when he's having the fundraiser for the diving team, and the huge
big fat guy. Yeah.
And they do the orca sound, the whale sounds when he's underwater. And it's like a belly flop, pretty much. That's how I think.
Louis Anderson's not in the greatest of health, if I'm not mistaken. He doesn't look healthy.
He's not healthy.
And it has nothing to do with his size. I mean, just looking at his face, he looks like,
he's going through a lot.
He came out, because, do you remember at all? He had a cartoon called Louis.
Oh, I remember Louis.
And the backstory behind that is that he was really abused as a kid.
Oh, really?
So it's so weird that he did a cartoon about a kid, which was him.
Yeah.
And the father was and the show was
kind of
it was a cartoon, but abusive, verbally abusive. Mm-hmm. And then that shit was real. It's so weird to see a tragedy made into a comedy.
A nice kid show.
Yeah.
Kid comedy.
Coming
next, comedy cartoon.
Anne Frank, the cartoon.
Yeah.
We're
going to be in it. It's just pretty boring.
Something absolutely horrible. Titanic, the fucking...
Titanic, the musical.
Yeah, Titanic, the cartoon.
The uplifting cartoon.
See, now, if you would have gotten fucking Tiger from Life of Pi...
On that freaking...
And Kate Winslet on the same fucking... the same door. We'll see who the fuck stays on now.
Yeah, we'll see who's winning that war.
Yeah. I still don't know what sock line means.
I don't know either.
All right, so here is a...
Sock line.
Now, with us, interrogate, one of the things that just came out recently, the Zero Dark 30s and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
There is methods on how our soldiers and our intelligence gets information out of...
Interrogate. Yeah.
Out of terrorists or suspected terrorists or whatever you want to call, enemy combatants,
a threat.
Prisoners of war, So there was one of the things, and actually the other part is true. I believe it was back in the 80s or 90s when they were trying to get Noriega out of his house. The military actually brought these big giant speakers and were playing fucking heavy metal.
Oh yeah, I've heard that that's one of... They actually do that on Homeland too.
Psychological warfare. It's so because people in that part of the world, they're not used to that kind of music, so
and
it's
they just sonically,
and you got these
heavy metal is
good old boys. Now,
heavy metal, and I've seen kind of like a strobe light too at the same time.
Oh yeah, disorienting,
and keep you up. You don't go to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you blast the music for 24 hours a day, you're going to give them a fucking psychological break or a psychotic break. I remember, and there was actually there was an episode of Mythbusters where they were talking about this thing called it's called the brown note, and it would be technically sonically you would hit somebody and the vibrations would be so fucking powerful that it would loosen your bowels and you'd shit on yourself.
The brown note.
Brown note. That's now that's a theory that actually they haven't proved, because honestly, if you were going to test that on somebody, you could kill somebody if you're for real. You know what I'm saying? The brown note. But you can disorient people with. There is sonic. I forgot what it's called, but sonic dissonance, I believe it's called, where you can disorient them, give them vertigo. All this crazy shit.
Strobe light alone drives me nuts.
Oh yeah, and a real powerful strobe light.
Right, I'd be
like those ones that
I'll tell you everything.
Working on the highway.
Even if they bring it in, I'll tell you everything. Don't even turn it on.
Waterboarding when they fucking, I fucked around just to see how it'd be like. Like I wet a towel and try to breathe through it. Holy shit, that sucks. I mean,
drowning is a huge fear of mine. I'm sure a lot of people's, and that's not something I'm doing on my free time, Chris.
Yeah,
Again, they bring it in. I say I'll tell you everything.
I try not to drown, but there's a lot of now. There was a thing going on online saying that. That Metallica,
is that their top?
That they were going to. Now, I'm a super diehard Metallica fan. I got Metallica tattoos up and down my arms. That Metallica had said they don't want their music being used for the interrogogation. It turns out they never said that. That was just one of those things that go along on the internet.
Okay.
So actually, Metallica doesn't care if they use their music for psych ops. So
do what you gotta do.
So I just found that fucking hilarious, and especially being a diehard Metallica fan, that there was a rumor going on the internet saying that they didn't want it, but this was like on the Metallica's official Facebook page. They said, no, we never said that. So basically, they're saying, go right ahead, use our music.
But when Napster wants to use it, and Mr. Lars comes out.
Yeah, so I thought that was
great. Yeah, they just blast it. How about the music that you enjoy and you love? They torture people. And they're having a party.
I wish the military would bring giant speakers to my house and play Metallica 24 hours a day. So I thought that was pretty funny, being a metalhead.
That's your music of choice is used for torture.
Let me see. Okay, goddamn. Okay, we're at that time of the year where everybody is getting their tax returns.
Yep.
And there's fucking tax return commercials every fucking 5 minutes. And
TurboTax is up the shit. Up the shit.
I get, the ones. I'm gonna get a refund for you. They don't let you know that. Okay, one of the other commercials they talk about they basically hire people. It's kind of like the same way of getting hired for the Christmas holidays at a department store.
Time.
There are people who are hired just for the tax season
for like a month.
Basically the end of January through April 15th. And these people will put anything on your fucking taxes for you to get a big return. And that's the big thing all these commercials always say. Oh, I'm going to get you a return.
Get you the biggest
return. Get you a return, but they don't tell you that these people don't know what the fuck they're doing. And then you're going to get fucking audited in about 5 years when the government goes, no, this is wrong. There's no way these numbers add up. And by the time you do that, that person's not working in that fucking office anymore.
And they're not liable.
Yeah, there's a lot of, so I'm just telling you people, it's probably too late or whatever. Hopefully it's not too late. But be careful who the fuck does your taxes.
I don't know who's doing Lindsay Lohan's, because she's again in the news for that for 3 years.
3 years?
With tax issues.
I think her situation, she just straight up wasn't paying taxes or whatever. But, there's people who, these commercials always boast, oh, I'm going to get you the refund.
The best,
yeah, you could get a refund now. They're not going to, they're not, those people, there's no one you could go to complain to in about 5 years when the government goes,
oh no, your name.
you owe us $15,000.
Yeah.
And then you're like, but they said, they said I was going to get the refund. Yeah, they got you the refund. It's their job to put whatever the fuck it takes for you to get a refund to make them look good. You know what I'm saying? And then, so...
Don't get scammed, people.
And let me tell you, if I see one more fucking commercial for Jackson Hewitt, this is how we do it.
It's so bad.
Let me tell you, I guess
First
me
of all,
being
I thought
Puerto Rican...
that was...
It's the most racist fucking commercial on the face of the planet. Because it's all minorities. They maybe have one or two white people. It's all minorities, that stupid song, this is how we... And they're dancing in the fucking...
I thought it was, just the name alone, I thought it was, a tool company. That's what it reminds me of. It's
no, but Jackson, I know this. Jackson Hewitt's been around for a long time, but now they're in Walmarts. Now they're exclusively in Walmarts.
Oh God,
and trust me, I'm mentioning them. This is not a fucking commercial. It's disgusting the advertising that they do, and the fact that the advertising is insulting,
and it's the same commercial from like they haven't changed
for the past
because it's always that same one.
So
Chris is not going through Jackson.
I'm not going to Jackson here. I have a woman, and she's doing my tax for the past 15 years.
I got a woman.
I got a woman. Well, I don't got a woman, but you know what I mean.
I got a woman do my taxes. What do you got?
Let me see.
I gotta do my taxes.
Let me see. Where are we now? Okay, you're gonna have to sleep.
All right, here we go, man. Go ahead. You want to read
Double Jackpot.
What is it?
It is a self-published book by Christopher Cologne.
Chris Cologne smells good to me.
But
look at her. That broke that fucking cold little exterior. He's like, hee.
But it is spelled C-O-L-O-N.
Him punny.
But Double Jackpot is a book about a comic book artist, Eric, who is in a loveless relationship with a materialistic
I feel you, Eric.
Lynette.
Fucking, are you sure I didn't write this? Sounds hauntingly familiar.
He starts cheating on his girlfriend with a more creatively supportive woman, Nadia.
Well, I gotta meet her. Where's the Nadia?
There's your summer girlfriend.
Summer Nadia is Nadia.
Nadia?
Yeah, I think Nadia spelled with an A.
All right.
Both Lynette and Nadia play the double jackpot, the largest payout in lotto history, much like the recent Powerball. Both girls play his birth date as the winning numbers. Eric is now stuck between two of the country's richest women. Who will he choose? It's not that simple. This is a clever fucking idea, man.
Is.
Look at her. Fucking, she's impressed.
I am.
She got some summer reading. Christopher Cologne smells real lovely with an original idea. This is. I've never heard this before.
I haven't either. This is a self-published book, much in the indie spirit as Kev's Clerks.
Oh, you don't even need to name check me. This is just a good idea. You could stand on your own, man. You don't even have to be like, hey, remember Clerks? This is nothing like that. This is way more original than Clerks. This is a good idea, man. Why didn't I think of this?
I need something to read. This book is part of the Comic Books, Heavy Metal, Video Games Trilogy Book 2. Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, coming soon.
Right on, man. It's part of a trilogy. This is the first part.
Way to write, man.
He's seeking a literary agent. Motherfuckers, anybody out there? There ain't no literary agents listening to the show. I assure you, sure. Sure. I assure you, sure. But somebody know a literary agent? Hook a motherfucker up! Chris Cologne come up with an original idea. I should tell Raskin. That's a good fucking idea, to be honest with you. That's a fucking rom-com right there. Megan, get Raskin on the phone. Isn't it possible to get Raskin on the phone? No?
Yeah.
I want to run it past him, man. And if it happens, I get a taste, Chris Cologne. I get a whiff, if you will.
The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com.
That's lulu.com.
I understand that. I just want to spell it out.
Normally one says it that spells it. Still, lulu.com. What is that? Do you know what it is?
I don't know. All right. The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com. Search for Double Jackpot Christopher Cologne. A paperback version of the book is $15 and a PDF file is only $5.
$5 is
yeah.
Insanely inexpensive. 15's not even that bad for a paperback version.
No.
This is $1 million idea right here. Like a movie about a dude who fucking is stuck between two chicks, both of who play his birthday and win the lottery. Come on! I can see that trailer. Chris Cologne is on to something. Nobody else can smell it but me.
I'll read it.
Thank you. I'm going to make that smelly joke.
I know. You're trying to get me to laugh again.
It worked once. Double Jackpot is a self-published book by Chris Cologne, man. It's the first book in his Comic Books, Heavy Metal, Video Games trilogy. Book 2, Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, should be coming out soon. Get all the information at Chris Cologne, like a motherfucker.
I will
his
totally
book,
read this.
Double Jackpot. I'm serious. I'm going to recommend that to fucking Raskin. How is that not a movie? You know what I'm saying? This could be a sexy movie. You could do an R-rated version. There could be nudie in it, and you could show them fucking both chicks. Maybe a little penetration. Maybe a butthole shot. No butthole, no care.
I would like to formally apologize to Christopher Cologne right now.
No, sex sells. Chris Cologne will appreciate that. He's like, thanks for throwing a few buttholes in there, man.
Don't forget to check out twostrangersonePodcast.net, your one-stop resource for everything show-related. You can find links to subscribe to us on iTunes or on Stitcher. You could also find links to buy my book, Double Jackpot, on twostrangersonePodcast.net.
fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.